you a little bit about the policy of engaging the new media. You know, I think the government and agencies engage the mainstream media well. What are the challenges that you face, and going forward, how do you see the policy of how do you engage this multiplicity of blogs, and many of which may just be factually wrong, and how do you engage that before those views kind of take root? That's one question, Jack.
Obviously, I think building up the capacity is an important consideration, because this is a very new playing field. Our efforts, I think, in the past, including the works of our information officers, have largely been confined to working with the mainstream media, supporting them, as well as the work of our fellow agencies in the other ministries. So, indeed, we are building up the manpower pool, and this will take time. We are trying to equip people with the right skill sets and the right mindsets in order to be able to more effectively participate in the new media space. For the time being, I think for a variety of reasons, largely dominated by the fact that we really don't have enough resources, we've decided that we are better off confining our efforts to certain new media sites. That of the mainstream media, the online sites of the mainstream media, as well as reach. For a few reasons. One, of course, we want to continue to support the mainstream media. We want to continue to make sure that people are drawn to the mainstream media, whether it is in the traditional form or in the online form. And we think that if it is helpful, government's presence, government's involvement in trying to address some of the points and issues that are raised may well be helpful in this regard. Reach, because this is something that was set up by MCYS, and we hope it is a common platform that will be able to draw those who want to try and have an appropriate discussion with balanced outcomes and balanced views being added to this site. I think given the explosion of online sites, I mentioned a few of them, and there are a lot of blogs, discussion boards, and so on, I think it would really be impossible for us, even if we wanted to be present in all of them. Okay? So if we decide to launch into that space, the difficulty is that, one, which one do you go to? Right? And why? And the second thing is that, as we found out when we had Chong Yip Sing chair the AIMS committee, and the feedback that was given in the report is that not every one of those sites actually welcomes the presence of the authorities in contributing to the sites. So there is some challenge there. I would say that because this is something that is relatively new to us, we would, I think for the time being, want to remain on the sites that I've mentioned earlier, build up our capability, and then take it a step further when the time is right.
Robin, think of your question.
Minister,
can you just identify yourself?
Jamshed Fauzdar, I think we met each time. But anyway, I really love that example of the animal farm. And without getting you to put foot in mouth, could you elaborate a little bit more if that bird, which was on the top, had achieved its success, had done a lot of work, wouldn't it have been better if that bird flew off to warmer climes? Were you addressing that to someone outside this audience?
Well, no. I think should follow this. But I mean, it's a story meant to interest the audience in an after lunch environment. And also to draw a few points. You don't want to stretch the story too far. Yeah. You may be able to expand on it, find some new ways to give it a different track and approach and different slant. Yeah, I'll be interested to hear that from you.
I think he was hoping that you would connect the dots of that story.